Hello, and welcome back to Voyage of a Time Wanderer. Today I have a very exciting read-along announcement for 2021. I'm absolutely thrilled to be announcing that I will be co-hosting a read-along of Jan Karen's Mitford series alongside three other lovely booktube ladies, Howe, Angie from Literary Labours, and Rainey from Rainey Day Reads. I'll make sure to link all their information, their YouTube channels, their Instagram accounts down below so you can make sure you're subscribed, you're following them, so you don't miss any of the Mitford content that we have planned coming your way this year. So the first book in the Mitford series was published in 1994, so I have fond memories from my childhood watching my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my great-aunts, all reading and enjoying this series. We would usually get the latest release in the series from my great-aunt as her Christmas present every year because she absolutely loved this series. If you watched my vintage Lucy Maud Montgomery haul, you'll know that one of the books that I got from my great-aunt when she had to downsize into a nursing home was the first book in the series, At Home in Mitford. So it's very special that I will be starting off the read-along with my great-aunt's well-loved copy of this book. If you saw in that video, I was already thinking about reading this series soon, so when Howe posted on Instagram looking for co-hosts for this read-along, I jumped on board, and I'm so grateful that everyone welcomed me on board. So the Mitford series focuses on the small town of Mitford and the antics and exploits of the people who inhabit it. The little intro blurb in this edition says that Jan Karen writes to give readers an extended family and to applaud the extraordinary beauty of ordinary lives. So my understanding of the series is that it's a very cozy series. We're following Father Tim, who's, I believe, an Anglican pastor in the town, and because of his role within the church, he knows a lot of the town people. He hears about their struggles. People come to him for advice, so in each book we follow along with a reoccurring cast of characters and find out more about what's going on in their lives, the challenges they're facing, what kind of adventures they're having, some little small town mysteries. As someone who lives in a small town, I do enjoy reading about small town life. It really is unlike living in a big city, and it's fun to read books that reflect that. I think everyone could probably use some comfort reads in 2021, so I hope you will consider joining us as we read through the series next year. So the schedule that we have planned is in January, we're going to be reading the first book, At Home in Mitford, and I'll read the blurb for this one so you have an idea of kind of what the series feel is, and I won't for the rest because even I haven't read all of the book descriptions because I don't want to be spoiled for anything that happens in earlier books in the series. So the blurb for this is, "Enter the world of Mitford and you won't want to leave. It's easy to feel at home in Mitford. In these high green hills, the air is pure, the village is charming, and the people are generally lovable. Yet, Father Tim, the bachelor rector, wants something more. Enter a dog the size of a sofa who moves in and won't go away. Add an attractive neighbor who begins wearing a path through the hedge. Now stir in a lovable but unloved boy, a mystifying jewel theft, and a secret that's 60 years old. Suddenly, Father Tim gets more than he bargained for, and readers get a rich provincial comedy in which mysteries and miracles abound." So it definitely sounds like a sweet read introducing us into the cast of characters that we're going to fall in love with. Then in February, we're going to be reading the second book, A Light in the Window. In March, we'll be reading These High Green Hills. In April, we'll be reading Out to Canaan. In May, we'll be reading A New Song. In June, we'll be reading A Common Life, The Wedding Story. In July, we'll be reading In This Mountain. In August, we'll be reading Shepherds Abiding. In September, we'll be reading Light from Heaven. In October, we'll be reading Home to Holly Springs. In November, we'll be reading In the Company of Others. And in December, we'll be rounding off the read-along with Somewhere Safe with Somebody Good. So our plan is to record a Zoom book discussion for each book and post it on the last day of the month on one of our channels, rotating through our respective channels. So 3 of the books discussion videos will feature on my channel, and for the other 9, you're going to have to make sure you're subscribed to the other co-hosts. To make things extra fun, we're also going to be cooking 1 recipe a month from the Mitford Cookbook and Kitchen Reader, and like any good cozy book series, Mitford apparently has lots of great food descriptions that make you hungry while you read it, and make you want to just jump into the page and dive into whatever they're eating. So this book has lots of the recipes that feature in the book, as well as little blurbs and excerpts about when the food item was featured in the story, what its significance is, lots of great pictures. So to give you some examples, here we've got a raspberry tea and a toasted pecan recipe. We've got a little excerpt from the book and then a potato salad recipe. We've got some cinnamon bun recipes here. So lots of great recipes to dive into. I'm excited to be adding a food element into this read along. I think it's going to really make the books come alive, being able to eat the same food that I've just read about the characters eating. We will also be using the hashtag a year in Mitford on social media when we post updates about this. I actually started a new Bookstagram page just to make sure that I was able to share lots of Mitford content in the year ahead. So I now have a Bookstagram account that's also at Voyage of a Time Wanderer. So if you're going to be joining with us for the read along, we'd love to see your posts in that hashtag, a year in Mitford. Otherwise, feel free to check it out on Instagram if you're just looking to see some of the extra content that we're posting on that hashtag. So that's my exciting announcement. I think this series is going to be a wonderful, cozy way to spend 2021 engrossed in the world of Mitford. The other book I'm going to be following along with is Patches of Godlight, Father Tim's favorite quotes. So apparently throughout the series, Father Tim has different words of wisdom, different quotes that he references, and this book is meant to look as if it's his notebook. So we have lots of different inspirational quotes that are done looking as if we're peeking inside his notebook. So we've got fake sticky notes, we've got little handwritten quotations, we've got pages that he's taped in from different poetry collections that he found inspirational. It just looks as if you're reading along in his notebook. So I think that's going to be a really fun little companion piece to have. And then at the end it has some blank pages, so as I'm reading along in the series, if I find a quote that I find particularly inspirational, I can add it in so that this book becomes my own collection as well of inspirational moments from the series. So I think that's going to be a nice little added touch as I read through the series this year. I really hope you'll consider joining us as we read through the Mitford series and spend the year in Mitford in 2021. Please make sure you're following the other three co-hosts, Kate Howe, Angie from Literary Labours, and Rainey from Rainey Day Reads, and keep an eye out in January for the start of our year of Mitford content coming your way. Until next time, enjoy wandering through the pages of a good book. Bye.